So often, the Brad Johnson show is just my brain just like spilling out through my mouth into your brain cavity. And basically, a brain transplant through the audio means of your ears. And so much of that comes from my own personal experience, stories, trials, temptations, and hard things that I go through as an entrepreneur. Because as awesome as my life is, it's not all Lamborghinis and roses, although that's most of it. It's also cruise ships too, but that's another story. What I'm saying is sometimes things are hard. I recently fired my stylist, and I woke up and was like, what am I going to do? Well, being me, I knew exactly what to do. I didn't even really need to ask myself the question. It was more of a rhetorical question. But then I thought, why not show you, my loyal listeners, how the process of what I'm going to do to fix my problem works? So let's do that right now. Hit it, James.
The Brad Johnson Show.
I'm turning losers like you into winners like me.
You're about to enter the winning zone.
Hello, unstyled masses of the Brad Johnson Show audience. Here I am, as me, Brad Johnson, with
here I am,
the host James Kirkland. Well, welcome to the Brad Johnson Show, where I'm turning losers like you, style losers like you, into style winners like me. Glad to have you here, as always, pouring my voice into your brain cavity. Oh, James, this week has been hell. I'm just gonna say it. This week has been hell. Oh man.
Wow. That doesn't happen very often.
No, as most of the listeners can probably hear, I'm wearing a hat right now. I don't usually record with a hat because I feel, just as I'm communicating so much awesomeness that my brain kind of swells a little bit. And I've talked to a doctor about that, and they're not too concerned. But so I'm wearing a hat right now, which, thankfully, I look good in a hat because that's not something that can be said for most people.
Yeah, that's definitely not a style choice that everyone should make.
Yeah, but thankfully I can, and that's thankfully because my stylist ruined my hair. And James, I have my hair insured, actually I was able to get a nice little chunk of change out of this, but still, I mean, there's nothing that you can do.
Yeah, emotional damage is there.
Oh, yeah, and just psychological and Instagram damages. I mean, talk about Instagram damages. I mean, people like a picture with a hat, like maybe every once in a while. Like my usual schedule is once every 2.5 weeks, picture with a hat.
Kind of show the rugged, outdoorsy side, I think.
Yeah, a little bit of that. And then, sometimes I'll do the kind of cabana hat, things like that, kind of show my rakish, roguish side as well. But so 2.5 weeks max. But now I'm going to have to wait for this atrocity on my head to grow back out before I can and have an Instagram photo without my hat on. Just horrible. Okay, so I sat down. I was like, so backing things up. I woke up one morning last week. It was just a couple days ago. And I was like, looked in one of my many mirrors that I have around my bedroom and was like, wow, it's time for a haircut, Brad. That's what I said to myself. And that's why I said Brad instead. Anyway, so I called my stylist. Francois in the past has done a great job. So I don't know what happened, but we sat down and he was, his typical, bubbly self and was like, okay, what are we doing today? And I was like, I want an entrepreneurial haircut, obviously. Just kind of a joke. I mean, I wasn't telling him to do anything different. I wanted the normal haircut, but he just took it and ran with it. And he was running circles around me. Yes, I tried to get anyway. Yeah, it was not good. I mean, I was fearing for my life, and then but by the time it was all over, my hair looked so bad. The only thing I can compare it to is that one other so-called entrepreneur guy was Larry Vaner, what Chuck guy. And yeah, so after I got done, I was like, oh my goodness, like that's what it looks like. Is like that Gary V guy.
No. You don't want that.
I can't have that. No, I mean, talk about lack of style. I mean, there's a reason he wears that little beanie thing a lot. Just saying. So, that's why I'm wearing a hat today, and that's why we're interviewing a new stylist. And, that's what I do on this show is when I am going to be providing value to myself, I want to put it on the podcast so I can provide value to other people too.
Yeah, and just equipping people so they know how to hire their own their specialist and stylist. the people
Yeah.
that know what they're doing and how to ask questions to identify if they do.
Well, yeah, and it's a whole process. You don't want to just hire somebody. You don't want to just go to a Great Clips or something like that.
No.
Man, I think that would be
why
lame.
why get great when you can have perfect? I mean, there's
Exactly.
no
Hashtag
comparison.
loserly. Anyway, no offense to Great Clips. I mean, they've got a nice franchise business going. Can't fault them for that. But I mean, you have to be careful when hiring a stylist. I'd rather have my arms cut off at the knees than have a bad stylist. Man.
Same.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So yeah. All right. So today we're going to get into how to hire your stylist so that you can up your style game. So let's do this right after this word from our sponsor. BGS Enterprises is never standing still. We're always shaking things up, taking them to the next level. As Brad Johnson, our amazing, incredible founder, always says, today is day one. And I said that because I am the founder. We must disrupt ourselves from within our own bellies, or else we will be disrupted from outside of our own bellies. With this amazing philosophy, BGS Enterprises has done it again. Introducing the entrepreneurial, jet-propelled, self-cleaning cubicle of freedom, or the TEJ-PSC-CF for short. Showers have been around for about as long as man has existed as a civilized being. However, since the dawn of the waterfall, they've basically stayed the same. No innovation, nothing new, just the same old boring shower. Until now. The TEJ PSC-CF takes your morning personal hygiene routine to a whole new level. Our jet-propelled water ports are mounted in the floor. Nothing like this has ever been done before, and for good reason. It's almost too amazing to believe. Imagine jets of water spouting from the floor of your shower, providing the moisture and cleansing power that you didn't even know was possible. Don't just shower. Get cleaned, refreshed, and amazed. Shouldn't your shower inspire you to greatness? Well, now it can, with the entrepreneurial, jet-propelled, self-cleaning cubicle of freedom. And listeners to The Brad Johnson Show get a special offer for only 22 easy, small payments of $199. The entrepreneurial, jet-propelled, self-cleaning cubicle of freedom can be yours. Act now. This offer won't last long. The entrepreneurial, jet-propelled, self-cleaning cubicle of freedom from BGS Enterprises. Shower like a winner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited here. So my VAs have gone through an extensive, rigorous process, and I don't use the word rigorous lightly. I use it heavily. They went through a rigorous process to kind of pare down all the applicants. I mean, we just had applicants flooding in. I mean, stylists know that if they can get on with a celebrity like Brad Johnson, they are going to go far. Definitely. So, Pierre was actually the one who came out at the top of this rigorous process, Pierre Paris. So, Pierre, I want to welcome you onto the Brad Johnson Show. I know it's a bit of a hot seat, but I think we're ready to get into the interview. Are you ready, Pierre?
Bonjour, Brad. I'm very ready to go into this interview and hear about your expectations and how I can become of service to you.
Oh yeah, and that's you heard my whole prologue story to this incident, and just really I think I want to give the listeners some value so they understand how to hire somebody like you. I know the styling business that's it's a very exclusive business. It's not just everybody who can become a stylist.
It is very exclusive. You cannot expect everyone who's in the business to be as good as someone like me.
Yeah, and that comes from rigorous training, is what I understand from the winnowing process that my staff already put you through. There's a lot of training that goes into becoming a master stylist like you, and most of it involves being French, if I recall correctly.
Yes, there is so much of it that is integral to. You have to be born into it. You have to be born into a family, and you cannot. There's no way you can learn so much of it. It is something you must have from birth.
So you come from a long line of stylists, I understand.
Yes, we are all very, very tall people, and my father was a stylist for Elvis Presley and other famous people you may have heard of.
Okay, yeah, that's great. And if I was looking over your resume, and you say that your family traces your lineage back to the stylist of Louis XIV in the French court there as
Oh,
well. That's
we
that's some pretty impressive stuff right there.
we have much experience with wigs and other things like that from those other eras. Although that's not as helpful today,
You
it
know,
is still in our heritage.
although it might be, I like I said, I'm wearing the hat right now, so you can't hear how bad my haircut is. But I've considered the wig route. I mean, my natural hair is so amazing that it's not something I would ever normally consider, but it looks so bad right now. I think we might kind of explore that route a little bit. Anyway, it's time to get into the top 6 things that I want to make sure that we cover before we decide whether or not you and I are going to be a good fit. Because this is something I don't take lightly. And I think that's kind of something that you understand, that style is not something you can take lightly.
Is very very serious. You must take it seriously. Your stylist must take it seriously. It affects your entire being, your attitude every day that you walk out of your room. If you're not styled properly, your day will be terrible, and that's
Yeah.
too much to bear for one person.
Just give it up. And you can't be a hashtag winnerly entrepreneur either if people aren't going to be taking you seriously. And I think that's
We
something that a lot of entrepreneurs with bad haircuts experience. Anyway,
we
all right. So, the number one thing that I want to talk to you about, the first one here, is to make sure that the stylist and I like you as a stylist. So far, I think I'm getting some good vibes here. But this is a personal service. It's not just you doing my taxes or something like that, or doing relationship advice. This is very personal. This is one-on-one thing where we gotta connect and vibe.
we I believe that is important for you to like me, but I believe from my direction it is not as important for me to like you. So
Hmm.
I believe that is actually a sign for me that we might be a good fit because I don't like you at all, and you tend to grate on me a little bit, even just the little amount we've talked today. So I believe that is a very good fit for me, and the fact that you like me without knowing that I didn't like you, I believe that that is a good sign.
Wow. Okay. So you're saying, okay, that's something I've never heard before. Wow.
Oui, it's
Interesting.
very counterintuitive because you
Yeah.
see, by disliking you as a person, I have to make up for it by making you look good. See,
Hmm. Hmm.
so I
Okay.
don't like your personality, but I will make you look
Okay.
fantastic.
Okay, I see. That makes total sense. So you don't like what I am, so you try and change me, so I'm not that anymore. But yeah,
Exactly.
I think pretty obvious that won't, just because I look awesome, won't change the fact that I am awesome. So that's not a worry there. Okay, so that was the first one. Number two is to choose a pricing model that. Okay, James, who wrote this? The pricing. Okay, yeah, this we can skip this one. Never mind, Pierre. We'll just move on from that. Price is not a matter of concern with me, as you
Oh, good,
probably know.
because
I mean,
it
I'm very
never should
rich.
be. Your
No,
style is
oh
so critical that
no,
the price should never be a consideration. You should
oh
do
totally.
whatever is necessary to make you look your very best.
Yeah, yep. Totally. Got it. All right. So then number three is to choose a stylist from a reliable source, which, I have a staff of VAs who do what I tell them to do. And part of that was making sure that you were reputable. And I can see right here on your resume that, boom, like Louis the 14th, good enough for Louis, good enough for me. I mean, that guy had so much hair that, yeah, wow.
We and even though I've never actually been a stylist per se, I still have the spirit of one. And Brad, I'm a stylist at heart. I know how to comb my hair in just the perfect
Hmm,
way, and
yeah.
those simple things are enough to propel me to greatness as a stylist.
Okay. Yeah. Wait. So going back to something you said there, something about not being a stylist currently. Is that just between jobs, or uh,
Well, you
your
see,
last high profile client
with
died, or
with my reputation and my abilities, I haven't found it necessary to have a job. If you understand what I'm saying, you
Mm.
understand.
Oh.
Being an entrepreneur, the worthlessness of
Yeah.
having a job.
Uh-huh.
So I
Okay.
believe
Yeah,
my
that's
skills speak for themselves, and just who I am. That I don't need to prove my worthiness with working, because that is
yeah.
unnecessary.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Pierre, I totally get that. Totally get that. Totally dig it. All right. So number 4 is to make sure that I'm not becoming a fashion guinea pig. Now, I think I would disagree with this in some ways because I want
Ooh,
you to experiment, Pierre. I want my hair to look awesome, and then I want it to look like nothing that anyone has ever seen before, and they're not sure if it's awesome, but they begin to think in that direction, and then it becomes awesome. So
we
I want some experimentation. Are you comfortable with that?
I am, yes, I very much. And actually, I love that they brought up guinea pigs, because that is the frontier of fashion at the moment. Because
Hmm.
you see, actually using guinea pigs has been very popular recently in many fashion circles.
Oh.
Guinea pig hair is very soft and makes
Yeah.
fantastic accents to your outfits.
Hmm. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd love to get some like a guinea pig leather jacket or something like that. That would be fly
It's
right there.
very exclusive. We
Yeah. Okay. Great. All right. And I want to do crazy things, Pierre. Like I'm talking crazy. I mean, like white after Labor Day. I think we could do that. I think I could pull that off.
I like how
Yeah.
you think.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's good. Got that one covered. All right. So number 5, open-mindedness is more important than you know. I think we already covered that because I'm willing to experiment, and you're willing to experiment with the different styles and stuff. So good there.
We
Yeah. So then the next one is know exactly why you're hiring a personal stylist. Now, this one we haven't really got into the scope of styling. I'm trying to remember. We had an episode. Let me check here. This is I don't usually do this on the podcast because it's not very professional. But we're just two guys chilling here.
we of course.
Let's see. It was who was it? It was the guy who helped me with Tommy Tom dress shirts. Oh man, I gotta find this one because we talked kind of. He was helping me with my style, as in like my dress. As far
Mm,
not like dresses, I don't wear dresses, but he was helping me with my just being able to dress for success and stuff like that. Oh man, where is that
understood.
episode? Yes, so yeah, he was kind of helping with that. So more what I think we are going to be focusing on here is more my hair and that sort of thing.
We your hair is people's first impression of you anytime you
Mm,
meet them. And if you don't have nice hair, you might as well not even try making new friends or business deals.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Yes, it was Thomas Carlisle on episode 2.20. It was all about entrepreneurial dressing. So, not salad dressing either, but just so 2.20 is the episode with Thomas Carlisle, good old Tommy Tom dress shirts. Great sponsor of the show. So, yeah, go check that out, people. Anyway, all right. So, yeah, I know exactly why I'm hiring you. Got that one. Okay. So
Good.
question number 7 is, does your stylist look good? Now we're doing a phone call right now, but I can just tell by your voice, Pierre, that you are somebody who dresses like you would dress your clients.
And Brad, I always dress up to my own standards of
Hmm.
I would not let my clients dress any superior, inferior to how I dress. It,
Yes.
it is not something that is allowed. I have to live up to my own reputation, and it's really something I have to pass on to my clients.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. All right, Pierre. I think I just totally nailed that as far as an interview of you to make sure that you would be a good fit for my style needs because, yeah, they are unlike anything else. Let me tell you that. Oh, man, I'm excited about this, Pierre. Yeah, so as far as the next step, I think I'll pass you off to James and have him finish up the hiring process so we can get this going because my hair needs some help.
Brad, I'm glad you had the hat on, but I'm very excited to proceed with this and help you take your style to the next level.
Yes. All right. Yes. Style to the hashtag Winnerly level. Thank you, Pierre Perry, for coming on the show. For me, thank you for me sharing this information with you, because man, now you people can go out and hire your own stylist, because I've seen some of the people that follow me on social media. I've seen what you wear and how your hair looks, and yeah, let me just say that I would sooner take this hat off than look like you. So make sure that you get your own stylist. Pierre is booked up; he's busy taking care of my hair needs. So don't try and get in touch with him. Very busy man, very high profile. I mean, seriously, lineage of doing style for kings. So if that doesn't say it all, I don't know what does, except the words that I just said. So thanks for listening today, guys. Go get your stylist and send me some pictures once the transformation has happened. Not before. Please do not send them before. But afterwards, definitely. I would love to see that. Thanks for listening today, guys. We'll talk to you next time. Ciao.
You've just listened to an episode of awesomeness. Now, go out and spread the awesomeness and help others fix the mess that is their life, and help them stop being a loser and start winning in business, health, and their personal life by getting them to listen to The Brad Johnson Show. Book your face, tweet your tweets, and Insta your grams at Brad Johnson Show. The Brad Johnson Show. Winners only.